Hi folks, this is Abby Perkiss, USARA board chair. You're probably sick of seeing my face by this point. We are doing one more Facebook Live this evening, this week rather, sort of akin to a pre-race briefing that you would get before an in-person adventure race. And I am here. I don't have much of an agenda other than to answer any questions that come in. So please feel free to post your questions here and I will stay on for the next, 10 minutes if nobody has questions. I will stay on longer if there are questions. If you are viewing this after the fact and you obviously won't be getting your questions answered live, just leave them in the comments and we will make sure that somebody from USARA answers them before the end of the day tomorrow. So keep the questions coming and happy adventuring, everyone. Any questions now? Well, let me tell you a little bit about what we have in terms of the race. Right now we have 162 people registered. We have had a handful of folks submit results online already, but most people, my understanding is, are doing the race tomorrow and Saturday, so we're expecting to see those results start pouring in. All results that are submitted by 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday will be eligible for door prizes or the specific superlative prizes, whether that's the largest total mileage or largest elevation or the person who has the most, sorry, I just saw our first question. The person who has the most Facebook presence. Matt, thank you for asking. What is meant by rootstock and spur? A rootstock is the kind of underbelly of a tree that's been uprooted but not sheared off. So when a tree comes out of the ground and you have that ball of roots at the bottom, that is what is meant by a rootstock. And a spur is the spit of land that is elevated between kind of two reentrants. Does that clarify that, Matt? Let me know. All right, Miami in the house starting at 6 a.m. Anybody who wants to join Rolando there, please check out his course on the RD for a Day Google Drive. Rolando, what is your question? What is the best way to post your adventure? So that's a great question. If you are posting on Instagram, we ask that you hashtag WeAR together. And if you're posting on Facebook, also hashtag it. That would be great. But the best place to post on Facebook, or if you want to kind of double post, is in the event page because we will be pulling media from there. We also have the legendary Randy Erickson, who runs the TA1 podcast, and he will be doing kind of a film pulling together all of or many of the video clips that get produced and published. So Randy is requesting that if you are making video clips, you want to hold your camera sideways and then push play, and that is the best way for him to be able to get good quality video. What are the benefits or trade-offs of using clipless pedals on your bike? That's a good question, Ben. For purposes of this event, I would say do whatever you're comfortable with. This is not an event based on distance. This is an event based on time. So I wouldn't try clipless pedals if you haven't used them before. Many teams will use clipless pedals because you get more power out of your bike and it's more efficient. But the trade-off, as you say, is you have to carry an extra pair of shoes. So I think depending on what your course looks like and what your comfort level is, that should be the determining factor. And again, this race is about getting out for a fun adventure. It's not about how far or how fast you can go. Hey, Randy, good to have you here. Perfect, Rolando. Yep, that's great. You can also hashtag USARA if you want. But we AR together is the hashtag we're going to search in pulling all of the social media together. So for those of you who are chiming in just for a little bit of kind of broad information. Everyone who has registered, unless you registered in the last 45 minutes, should have received a link from us to a Zoom post-race celebration. That celebration will kick off at 8 p.m. on Sunday night Eastern Time. And it will include door prizes, it will include superlative prizes, it will include the passing of the USARA torch. So we will hear some words from Troy Farrar, former president, and an introduction of the new leadership team. And finally, most exciting perhaps, Team Bones is joining us to tell us about their experience at Eco Challenge. We will also be having some opportunities for folks to get to know each other a little bit in Zoom breakout rooms. So you won't just be listening to us talk. You've heard a lot of that this week on Facebook Live. Instead, you will be able to engage with each other, which is the best part of adventure racing. Should we continue using We AR Together outside of this weekend? Casey, absolutely. That's kind of the way we are branding USARA now, and we're hoping to take the reins of that hashtag, so to speak. Right now, it's being used sporadically by some folks in the fashion industry, but we think it so perfectly encapsulates what our sport is and what the organization is that we would love to see folks using that for all of their adventures going forward. And we are now following it on Instagram as well, so we'll be able to engage with you that way. Other questions, keep them coming. These are great ones, guys. Your t-shirts will be shipped out to you individually. As soon as the race ends, we will get our amazing t-shirt outfitter, Blue Ridge Graphics, down in Charlottesville, Virginia. We will get them all of the names of every participant, and they will do a mock-up of the back of the shirt, because the back of the shirt will include the name of every single person who has registered, and then they will ship them out to us, and we will package them up and put them in the mail. So you can expect those at your doorstep within a few weeks, hopefully, of the race. Give us about 3 to 4 weeks to be safe, since we haven't since they haven't printed yet. And we'll keep updating you on that as we go if there's delays. I know when we have done some other, when other organizations have done some virtual events, there were delays with the Postal Service and etc. So, but you will have your shirts in the mail, I promise. Looks like the questions are slowing down. Can I answer anything else? All right, folks, well, we will continue to keep an eye on this thread, and we will respond to any questions for people who watch after the fact. And for those of you who have watched already but have a question that comes up, a few hours from now or tomorrow morning, you can check back here. Jeff Linder. Yeah, so we've talked to a bunch of folks in California, and this should not be the thing that is stressing you out. You guys have way more important things to worry about. I talked to a couple folks today, in fact, who asked, is it possible to do the race a few weeks from now? Absolutely. Do what you can. Send us your results. We will get them loaded up into the final tally. You will still be on the t-shirt. Again, this is meant to be a fun event, something to bring the community together. If you are not able to do your course this weekend for whatever reason, please join us for the post-race. Please come be a part of the action, and then get out for an adventure this fall. There's no shortage of time right now, unless you have little kids at home and you're trying to work. Anybody else? All right, folks, have a great night. We can't wait to follow along on your adventures over the next few days, and we're super excited to see you all on Sunday night. Be well.